There are some days where I listen to the audio Bible and I'll listen to the entire New Testament while I'm working for 8 hours. I'll listen to the whole thing. Or I'll pick a book of the Bible and focus on that. Or I'll listen to all the Psalms or all the Proverbs or an entire book, the book of Isaiah or whatever. I'll listen to the entire thing. Because God says that faith comes from hearing, not from reading. Faith does come from reading a little bit, but faith comes from hearing and hearing from the Word of God. And so I want to be listening to the Word of God. And even when I'm reading the Word of God, I want to be speaking it out loud because there's tremendous power in the spoken word. And I'll personalize the Word of God, take the word that I'm reading and personalize it for myself. Now, I love this train. I had the train, but I wrote on here that your beliefs ultimately drive your thoughts, and your thoughts drive your emotions or your feelings, and your feelings drive your actions. So you have to be careful letting your feelings drive your actions. Some people say, well, yes, why did you do that? And they say, well, because I felt like doing it. Well, you want to ask then, if you're not seeing the fruit you want to see in your life, you want to ask, okay, what thought is leading to the way that I'm feeling? And even with your thoughts, you want to get a handle. What am I believing that's driving my thoughts? Now, your actions or your experiences drive your beliefs. So it's not just a straight train, it's a circle. But anyway, that's important to be aware of. So let's talk about the second habit, about most important habits, abiding. Abiding and obedience bring life. In fact, more than anything else, God desires our obedience. But in order to obey him, we need to abide in him. We need to be listening to him and in constant conversation with him throughout our day. And when we're focused on him, the spontaneous thoughts that come to our mind very often are coming from the Lord. I love John chapter 15. It's Jesus's deathbed message, one of the most important, if not the most important message he left behind. And in that, Jesus says, if you abide in me and my words in you, you will ask what you desire and it shall be done for you. By this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit, so you will be my disciples. It's not okay to live an ordinary life. It's not okay to, according to Jesus, to be living, to just be surviving. God's desire is that you be thriving in your life. Even Paul, in the midst of severe persecution, was still thriving. You couldn't shut him down. You couldn't shut him up. He was constantly on the go for God because he had such a deep, abiding relationship with him.